Welcome people of the World Wide Web. So it's Cypher Sigma Toys here, and it's time to tick another wanted item off my list. So yes, I've had this parcel. This came from Facebook, so one of the avenues I like to search out figures. It is another Marvel Legends figures. I know you're probably getting a little sick of them. I'm not going to hide that in the description. But yeah, this is one I've gone back and forth. I think it was either 12 or 14 pounds. And we shall get the figure out. Who doesn't have his head connected, so that's fun. So let's just, yeah. So that is everything. So can anybody tell me, without me having the head on, do you know who this character is? Obviously the very generic type body that they have. It obviously has the kind of leaning forwards and backwards parts. I can't remember what you call those. And then obviously 360 on the hands. They can fold out. Has the bicep, top of the bicep, the butterfly at the shoulders. Sorry, and then obviously we have the hands. You have two open hands. You do get a slightly different open hands on both of them. There's not too much dissimilar on it. Obviously you have the ab crunch, obviously turning up the waists, and then obviously the legs are the same. Obviously at the top of the quads you can turn the leg, and then obviously the butterfly joints on the knees as usual. Then obviously the calves split in half like you can normally do. You can turn your calves like that, sure you can. And then obviously you got the ankle ones. Obviously that is a full articulation of this character, and obviously even has the little port that they obviously generically make these from. But obviously with the cape on him, this then limits his hands, so it is rubber as you can see, so he can lift his arm up, and it does return to the area. But we shall do it. Let's put the alternate head on. And there it is. So this is a version of Charles Xavier, so the handicapped leader of the X-Men. Obviously not handicapped in this one. I don't really know much about the character. The main reason I bought it is because I really like this head. Reminds me a bit of, I think, Orion from DC, or kind of Stife from obviously the X-Men. You would have seen I picked up that figure recently. The head looks a bit Voltry, kind of Charles Xavier, but we'll pop it off and pop this one on. So anybody who does follow this channel knows I very rarely multiply my figures, and multiply mean I have multiple versions. So I do have Professor Xavier in his chair, classic X-Men. Now this is a secondary version of him. I just like the look of this, and he will sit in the background. I won't be getting any more Charles Xaviers, and it's only because the character is so different in comparison, whereas like Wolverine, it's different paint colors, and obviously you have different Tony Stark, slightly different color paints of suits, and Spider-Man and stuff. I very rarely pick that up. I say the hands, I must admit, are a little disappointing because they literally look like the same set of hands. So I'm going to have to research why I've got two sets of hands and why they look more or less identical. I'm assuming possibly that someone may have bought two of these figures and swapped some of them out, but I could be wrong. Are you a fan of Marvel Legends? Are you a fan of Charles Xavier? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. I'm Cypher Sigma Toys, and I shall see you in the next one.